do you want to change highlighted stats? That's just not me announcing, just me questioning.
This is now the opportunity for someone to say change highlights or not. So
like
nobody
2
says.
sessions in.
Okay.
Oh yes. I just got kidnapped. Forced.
Road trip!
No!
Peer pressure is a terrible thing.
Hate this. I fucking at least Brett. At least
I'm still laughing. I'm still laughing. Leone in the backseat.
I can just imagine him just looking at the drink, having the time of his life, and just...
Exactly, yeah. I'm also kind of wondering, did Brink just appear when no one was looking, or maybe the car stopped because someone wanted to...
No, I whispered.
I know that. I know why you came in game mechanics wise. I just kind of wonder when he sort of...
I just find it funny that we all blinked at the same time and he was just there.
Drink.
Batman style.
Yeah, the movie was just with or without any clear explanation on how they came and come to you.
I love the
Yes,
flavor
come
text. Just, Frank, how did you get here? Honestly, I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. My first consideration has to do with gang on gang. And you are first, or the people in the street, your people, who I believe number about 15. That's what I recall being said. The people who are arriving, I said, arrived in 2 groups of 4 or 5 each, but then there is also a third. So we effectively have 2 gangs of equal size. The newcomers, as I described them, have a simple white clothes, very no ornaments or anything like that, with nice flowing loose sleeves, loose trousers, and they all have rather neat haircuts of different sort of styles, but all quite well barbered and shaved and things. The weapons that they have are these, we would say nightstick in English. They are these police batons about this long, with wood with rounded ends. They are much heavier and nastier than they look. They are actually potentially lethal weapons. And they are painted white, no surprise. And the people arriving, as I mentioned before, are all speaking reassuring, welcoming phrases, although their body language and their approach is far more aggressive looking. They do not look like they are berserkers. They look more like they are extremely confident and relaxed. I mentioned that your gang, you had managed to organize their attention to follow your lead and to shape up a little bit and not be so distracted. But I also mentioned that they were still a little bit disoriented. And until you were able to really direct their attention toward defending themselves, many of them were behaving just a little bit more randomly, or trying to say, wait, what are you saying? Or being kind of caught up in the words of what was being said to them by the other people. So you have managed to correct that a little bit and have directed, specifically directing Vincent into the fight with his knife. But that's just one character that was the example that you made, so that everyone else would obey. That's where I believe we ended with you. Behind you in the building whose door you broke down, you have left, I believe, Scab and Jill, as she would prefer to be called, except that you saw her literally rejecting the control and asking for help, calling you bully. You also are aware that that house or building, and probably many others, they sort of look like very boring little flat type houses, or they look like storage containers, kind of a cross between those. All of them. So, that is your situation. Very interested in what you have in mind to do next. Meanwhile, we have 4 people in an extremely comfortable car, which has received the best of care. And you are not quite sure what all of those little dials and switches on this front panel really do. There seem to be a lot of them. And the other issue you have now is direction. There is really no way to drive straight at first before Brink joined you. There is no way to drive straight, and you just had to kind of wind your way out of these ruins, collapsed streets, fallen buildings, craters with smoke coming out of the bottom, the usual.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to go into this area because, the mutants will get you. So all of those things have led to the point by the time you get out into the open road, and more of an open road, I should say. Sometimes it's not quite clear if the road is still going through here, and you have to kind of do this until you're back on road.
It is off-road. So,
So, still, the real question is you're not sure what your orientation now is. Are you actually going the right way? Des is directing you. But I will say this is now very confusing. You had to turn around several times to get out of the ruins. And so who knows if you are even pointed in the right direction anymore. The sky, of course, is its ordinary color of various poisonous, nasty browns and yellows and gray and things like that. There was that really horrible cloud that was moving in that I mentioned a few sessions ago. It doesn't seem to be above you now. Clouds like that are often quite dangerous. You don't know if it's just going to settle down upon you and everybody will die or something like that.
Nothing like apocalypse war.
That's why mobility is one of your your priorities.
Yeah.
So that is the current situation.
Yeah.
The sky above you above Bullet and the gang. Do you remember how I described it?
No.
A nice, soft, pale blue.
Yeah.
You have never seen a sky that color before. And you are not under that sky. At this point, the rest of you.
Open your brain.
What, you? Now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Find
goodness.
directions.
Okay.
As the driver of the car, let's open my brain.
Well, look what happened to Bullet when she tried that.
I can write.
Get on the
I
steering
can
wheel.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Switch places.
What?
Awesome.
I can point away.
Your characters can talk, but I need to be able to distinguish talking between doing. So after your characters confuse yourselves terribly, please let me know who is in which seat.
Yeah. Are you gonna open your brain to find the...
Leone is gonna look at Brink, and he's gonna say, Brink, transistors.
There they are.
Yeah.
They fall into your hand, 1, 2, and you are looking at
Yes, pick one up, like, inspecting it, like,
those
good.
are.
Yeah. Then like put some in his bag.
Mhm.
Like,
Brink is hiding the fact that he's extremely pleased with himself because, of course, it's only what anybody would have done. It's nothing special.
How good is he hiding it?
No, badly. All right.
Okay, so
Well, let's before we all start opening our brains together,
Right.
let's do the timing on this properly. I know you are thinking in terms of opening your brain and trying to locate.
yes.
Review the rules for opening your brain because we have to have an antenna and things like that. And so sometimes we forget to clarify the fiction of what we are doing, which in this game is kind of important because we won't know what to say with the roll unless we know exactly what you are doing. Now it is time, I think. Shall we see how the first exchange of appalling violence goes? All right. Using gangs as weapons.
It says I just roll and pick an option. And since it's not smaller or bigger, it's the same.
And remember, exchange harm means both sides take harm based on their weapons.
Yeah.
And then the options that you choose might reduce that.
Okay, it says that I can also sucker someone or go aggro. Separately from the gang.
You can.
Also, while attacking with my gang, I can also sucker someone or go aggro.
Correct.
separately.
You have all sorts of things that you can try.
If I'm understanding this correctly, I would like to exchange harm.
Yes. With gang to gang?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what happens is the two gangs come together. You have organized yours enough, fortunately. If you had not succeeded in those things or chosen different options, then your gang would just take the harm. They would just eat the harm right now.
So I roll, and it's...
Let's remember how much harm does your gang do when it hits?
2.
2.
12.
Well, I guess you get to choose all kinds of options then.
I can't find the specific table for it. Maybe it's in my book.
You know, I think I know where it is. Battle moves. The question is, I guess, whether you were treating this as seize by force as well, which is where you are. That's where you get the options about inflicting terrible harm, suffering little harm, taking control of the space, that kind of thing.
I guess so.
Right.
That
So
would make sense.
technically speaking, we're seizing by force. You have roll plus hard. So I believe you ended up with a 14.
15.
15. On a 10 plus, choose 3, and then the gangs will each take their harm.
I inflict terrible harm, so plus 1 harm. Minus 1 harm. And,
That's to the gang.
and control. Undeniable control.
Now harm is done. Armed only with these batons and wielded with skill and organization, that's 2 harm. Unfortunately, they keep talking as they fight, and it has a very disturbing and disorienting effect on the mind as they do it. 3 harm. Your gang, however, has some armor, correct?
2 armor plus minus 1 harm from the table.
Which cancels out by 3.
And I'm guessing you have armor as well.
They are, but only to 1, so they're going to take 2 harm.
Yeah, there's 2 gone.
Well, no, it's more than that. The damage to gangs is actually a big deal. It's in your sheet there. Attacking with a gang, that's where we learn about damage to gangs.
Here, when a gang suffers harm.
There we go.
2 harm, many injuries, several serious, and a couple fatalities.
That's what happened to your gang against the dogs. So that's what has happened. Your gang dominates the space, repels their attack. One or two of them are grievously, possibly fatally injured.
Couple.
Many of them are banged and battered, and Vincent has stabbed at least one of them. And there's and your gang is looking sort of like its old self again in this state.
How much damage did you deal?
How much harm I do?
Yeah.
2 harm with the gang does 2 harm.
Right. We're talking about gangs right now.
Yeah.
Now, what about you? You wanted to do something too.
Yeah.
And to whom did you want to do it?
Is there a leader? Of that's coordinating things, or is it just a group of people?
So far, you've only just seen a group. You're going to be looking about for some kind of leader. Will you try to call for them? Will you try to search for them? What will you do?
Read the situation.
Ah, good.
Oof. 10.
More savage rolling.
I don't know where the
Basic moves. Roll plus sharp. On a hit, you can ask me questions. When you act upon my answers, then you get a +1 for your next roll. On a 10 plus, ask 3.
Thank you very much. Which enemy is the biggest threat?
You have 2 threats at this time that are currently even. One of them is it's kind of a question. If one is the enemy, then the other one is not the enemy. So this is a very complicated answer that I'm giving you. From one perspective, your enemy is to maintain your ties to Gritch's house. In which case, and that is a very, very close threat right now, a big danger to you. And if that is the case, then you have no other enemy. On the other hand, your biggest enemy could be, in fact, this very community, or if it is indeed a community, and the path forward that it offers to you. And if that is your biggest enemy, then Gritch's house is no threat at all.
Very philosophical. Alright.
That's just reading a situation. That's not even opening your brain. Although, arguably, anything you do in this place has a touch of opening your brain to it. So that was your first question. When you act upon that, you'll get a +1.
Okay.
Don't forget where your money's coming from.
Yeah. It's like... Where's my best escape route?
Your best escape route from here is literally to pick a single direction and go, because it will be very, very difficult to maintain your direction. It will be very difficult not to get swept up in some other center of interaction, possibly due to temptation, possibly due to something that seems impossible to ignore, and to simply maintain your direction. So it will be the best way is not to be distracted.
What should I be on the lookout for?
You should be on the lookout for members of your gang who, despite their sincere loyalty to you, might display that loyalty in ways that you don't want them to. They might decide that because they are so loyal to you that you really should understand how great it is and how safe it is here. And I know that you have done everything you can to keep their attention focused on you with at least one, possibly two rolls to do so. But that is an uphill battle and an ongoing conflict, scene after scene, as long as you are here. That is what you need to look out for.
Fair enough.
I noticed you weren't thinking about a leader at all, after all.
There's really any questions that could fit that in that way that I wanted to ask it.
Now for Brainiac. Activity, if any, and who?
There's no antenna required.
Say that again.
There is no antenna required. That's only for augury.
Oh, okay.
Hoping your brain is
Okay, that's
my
right.
brain. You're
That's
using
true.
your brain.
In which case, what are you doing?
Yeah. Should I or should you?
Can you drive at the same time?
Of course you can.
That means no.
Can you keep your eyes on the road?
Now the question is, what is the consequence of driving at the same time? And we
You
will
have to
So maybe
discover.
You have already seen it. Just put up your brain to the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I will open my brain.
Do I? I was once part of Bullet Gang, and this debt feels like a big one that you don't really get. You know.
Over.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
that's the same
but,
for both of you. But go
yeah.
on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Could that mean you could help her?
No, I'm wondering
Actually,
if
yes.
I remember from the
yeah,
time
I'm
I was part.
Yeah, the upper.
Yeah. Okay.
Do I remember where the neighbors are located from the time which I was in his gang?
Yes, that is actually a very, very sensible point.